Politics. It has the power to build careers, and in a single moment, it can bring them crashing down. Just 3 years ago, Rigathi Gachagua stood beside President William Ruto as Kenya's deputy president.
Discharge my duties and perform my functions in the said office.
Today, he stands on the opposite side of the country's political divide. His impeachment, his court battles, and his growing influence in the opposition have made him one of Kenya's most talked about politicians.
We finally have a political party that belongs to all of us, where every Kenyan is treated equally.
But perhaps the biggest question isn't what happened yesterday, it's what happens next. Can Rigathi still shape Kenya's political future? Let's now uncover this. Rigathi Gachagua's rise to the country's second highest office was swift. After serving as a member of parliament for Mathera, he became one of William Ruto's closest political allies during the 2022 general elections. In the Kenya Kwanza campaign, he became one of the administration's strongest voices, especially in the Mount Kenya region, where he helped rally support for the coalition. When Kenya Kwanza formed government, Gachagua became deputy president. To many, he was one of the most powerful politicians in the country. But politics changes quickly, and so did his relationship with the president. As time went by, differences between President Ruto and Deputy President Gachagua became increasingly visible. Public disagreements, political tension, and growing criticism soon became part of the national conversation.
Wabunge wananiuzia uoga ati watanifukuza kwa kazi. Wananiuzia uoga.
Eventually, Parliament initiated impeachment proceedings. The National Assembly approved the motion. The Senate later voted to uphold the impeachment. With that decision, Rigathi Gachagua ceased to be Kenya's deputy president. For the first time in Kenya's history, a sitting deputy president has been removed from office through impeachment.
The breaking news that is in is that Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua tonight stands impeached, making history as the first sitting deputy president to be impeached by both houses of parliament.
But you see, that wasn't the end of the story. It was only the beginning of a legal battle. Gachagua challenged the impeachment in court. He argued that his constitutional rights had been violated during the process. In June 2026, the High Court delivered a judgment that drew national attention.
The prayer seeking to quash the resolution of the Senate to impeach His Excellency Gachagua is hereby declined. A declaratory order is hereby issued that His Excellency Gachagua's fair trial rights were infringed when the Senate declined to allow an adjournment in the impeachment proceedings despite his absence.
The judges also found that his constitutional right to a fair hearing had been violated during the Senate proceedings, and as a result, the court awarded him 50 million Kenyan shillings in constitutional damages against the Senate.
The court awards constitutional damages of Kenya shillings 50 million to His Excellency Gachagua payable by the Senate.
It was a judgment that produced two different reactions. Supporters viewed it as recognition that his rights had been violated, and others noted that the impeachment itself remained valid. The legal process didn't end there. Rigathi has appealed the parts of the judgment that upheld his impeachment. At the same time, other parties have also challenged parts of the ruling. This means the legal battle is still ongoing. And until the court makes a final determination, some key legal questions remain unresolved. Perhaps no question has generated more debates. Can an impeached former deputy president contest for presidency? The answer is not yet settled. There is no final court decision that can conclusively determine whether Rigathi can or cannot run for president in 2027. That question may ultimately be answered by the courts. While legal battle continues, politics has not stopped. Since leaving office, Rigathi has remained politically active. He has attended rallies, held meetings with opposition leaders, and continued engaging supporters across the country. His appearances have attracted significant public attention.
Hapa Loitoktok, hapa Kajiado South, munasemaje? Ati munasemaje?
For some, he has become a symbol of resistance against the government. For others, he remains a polarizing political figure. But one thing is certain, his name remains central to conversations about the opposition's future. The opposition today includes several prominent figures: Kalonzo, Fred Matiang'i, Martha Karua, Eugene Wamalwa, and other leaders seeking political change. The challenge is whether these leaders can unite behind one candidate, or whether competing ambitions could divide the coalition. History has shown that unity can be one of the opposition's greatest strengths, but it has also been one of its greatest challenges. Whether Gachagua runs for president, supports another candidate, or remains one of the opposition's key strategists, his influence on Kenya's politics is likely to remain significant. But popularity alone does not guarantee victory. Crowds at rallies do not always become votes at the ballot box. Ultimately, the decision belongs to the voters, and before that, some questions must first be answered by the courts. Kenya's road to 2027 has already begun. It will be shaped by court decisions, by political alliances, by campaign promises, and eventually by the choices made inside the ballot box. Rigathi Gachagua's political future remains uncertain, but one thing is clear: his story has become part of Kenya's political tale. Whether that story ends with a presidential bid, a kingmaker's role, or something entirely different, only time will tell. I am Bruze, and this is Bruze Uncovered. And until next time, stay informed.